Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Asari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga 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 Gauranga. Good morning, everybody. I got a little bit of a cold here. Shamaguri, all right. Good morning. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Hey there. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. 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 Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada.
Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada,
Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus
Jesus
Prabhupada.
Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada,
Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus
Jesus
Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada.
Jesus Prabhupada,
Jesus Prabhupada.
Jesus Prabhupada,
Jesus.
Prabhupada, Jesus.
Shamaguri, mute your mic there. You said you could do it now, right? Did you say you
It,
learned how to mute your mic?
is
You
it
said
not
you.
muted?
No, it's not muted. Try again. Just you got to try it again. That's all right.
No, I'm just quiet.
It's not
That's
working.
it.
I thought you. Well, you can. Sometimes you got to do it a couple of times. You know, you hit it. Try again. See, okay, it's good. I think. Say something. Say something. Good. I don't hear
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Okay. Oh, I hear you now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just.
I went,
I'm sorry. I'm
Gurudev,
sorry
I
about that.
went to a shop. Yeah. To a shop
Yeah.
and asking, can you please? But it
Oh.
doesn't work. I don't know. It's so
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah. Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's something you got to do every time. It's not something you can just mute. You have to do it every time. You have to learn. You got to have them show you how to do it, not tell them to do it. How to do it next time. Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
Okay, I'm
Jesus.
quiet. I'm
Whoop.
quiet.
It's Krishna. Don't worry. It'll all work out. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada, 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 Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gora Bhakta. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Advaita Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Advaita Nityananda 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Ah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama. Ah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Sri Advaita 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 Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Shri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga 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 Shri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga, 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 Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhaktavinda. Thanks for using. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhaktavinda. Yeah, looking at the database, it says topmost knowledge. Yeah, it's the truth, man. It's topmost knowledge. Yeah. Shambhaguri sent me a Prabhupada thing, of course. And I was reading it. It was really good. Prabhupada said, I guess it was like a letter or something to do. He says, well, actually, when I'm in my room,
You
it's
liked
not,
it?
yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, he said, I love my books. He said, he says, when I'm in my room writing them, it's like, not like, he says, Krishna comes and dictates them to me. So I love these books. And I was thinking, boy, I can relate to that. That's how I feel when I'm speaking. That's why people say, you got to control your speech. Well, I can't do it, man. Yeah. I can't speak like this on my own. It has to be special, some special thing happening. I can't even do this kind of devotional service on my own. This is what Lord Caitanya did. You know? He was sitting in his room, blowing his nose constantly like this, crying in prema like this. I can't do this. Only who how can a guy with a T-shirt perform such kind of devotional service and realize all these kind of things? It's impossible. It's got to be that culprit, the behind the scenes guy. Right? It's Lord Krishna's nature. He always turns the credit over to his devotees, but the devotees always turn the credit over to him because it's both needed. It's not neither is an exaggeration. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's very interesting the whole thing. Yeah. So let's listen to Lord Krishna. Let's read about the spiritual masters again. This is actually so important. This chapter is what you guys are doing and why you have the result because you're following by the book. See, the other devotees aren't yet. They haven't figured it out. The Lord hasn't given them the proper intelligence to follow by the book. You are. You get the result. Isn't that nice? You go. That's why I keep saying this is This is Krishna's direction. This is Krishna's opinion. It's right there. I'm just telling you, you can all check it. See, and if you don't have Krishna's opinion, you're not really listening to the real Krishna. You're listening to his Mayak form, which twists everything, makes it unclear. And that's what the leaders right now, they're just unclear. They need to come here and hear Krishna's opinion. If they do, then they'll be free. If any of their followers do, then they'll be set free. Because they'll see, wow, my guru hasn't been telling me this. Can you imagine? It's like in the world, people in the world, they're being lied to, the politicians, all of that. That could all change like this. Everybody would be free. Right now, we're actually on the brink of a nuclear war. I mean, really, now it could come any day, any second, actually. It's already, I mean, you guys might be uninformed, but, you know, it's all over. It's not all over the place, but it's because people are hiding these truths, and you and this can change like this. And the reason it doesn't is because people believe in the leaders. They believe the leaders want to do them well. That's why Lord can change his mind if people stop believing in liars and cheaters. The Lord can change his mind about you not having to wait many lifetimes before you're delivered with prema in ISKCON, in Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti, if you listen here. They can change it like this. Millions can go back to Godhead now, but it's all because you believe in opinions of those who don't have the right understanding, the real opinion of Krishna. Come on, man, wake up, everybody! Don't you understand why Lord Caitanya came here to deliver you now, not later? Come on, wake up! It's time. Otherwise, you're going to take many births because you don't believe in the mercy of the Panchatattva. That's what the book says, chapter 8. Those who don't believe in the mercy of the Panchatattva to deliver you and give love of God now to, in this lifetime. Well, of course, a little purification, you got a skin on there right now. But we can get it off there quickly. It'll be many lifetimes. But that's all because you believe in those who are not purified yet. Those who don't see God, their hearts are not purified. They're not blessed. Blessed are those who are pure in heart, they shall see God. This kind of bhakti, this kind of worship you see here every day is the only way to purify your heart. This is the kind of worship Jesus did. This is the kind of worship Lord Caitanya did. This kind of worship Nityananda did. This kind of worship of their followers did that got their mercy. And that's why you see it revived here again, and only here, because they're all on some level lying to you, your leaders. Well intentioned or not, it doesn't matter. They're not telling you about the mercy of Lord Caitanya, which is available here. That's why those, one by one, those who are sincere, look at these devotees come. Look at Janardhan. Look at Fanny. Look at Amy. Look at Shamaguri. Look at Lalita. Look at what quality of devotees are coming here. Tell me my Lord doesn't know your hearts. And this message now, because there's not a lot of time, is for ISKCON and for Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti. All of you guys, you want to be delivered in this life, you come here. If not, you got a long process, man. Even your guru, Narayan Raj, said so. Many lifetimes before you'll be delivered with prema. Prema is what delivers you. You got to have prema to be really delivered now. That's this incarnation. You got to get this mercy in some lifetime. And this mercy is here now. Why not grab it? Why, you want to wait? Who knows what your destination will be or how long? It's been 550 years since this has been revived, this mercy. This is on the order of Prabhupada. Believe it or not. And if you're not believing it, well, look at the witness program. Look at these people who got the prema already. That not even your gurus can manifest. Hey, man, let's just look at it like it is. Well, Radhanath doesn't manifest this. I haven't seen it. Have you? You go look at any YouTube, see any crying, see any of this kind of worship that Lord Caitanya and his devotees did 550 years ago. See if anybody is doing it. Oh no, we're not supposed to. Yeah, that's right. You don't show it, then nobody gets it. Nobody even knows what it is. Because nobody is showing and teaching about it. What are we doing? On the order of Prabhupada and Krishna, that I personally got, we're demonstrating this kind of devotion and teaching about its glories. And people are getting it who believe in this preaching and this mission now. You want to be like Prabhupada, where Krishna will come to you and talk to you and relate to you, and you will feel it because the love of God is in you. Even the early Christians, they could tell the love of God is not in this person. They're mundane. I look at these gurus, the love of God is not in them. Even Narayan Raj preached against the Holy Spirit to my disciple and misled him. That's the truth, man. You can ask him, he'll tell you, oh yeah, Narayan Raj said there's no Holy Spirit. When my disciple asked him if he remembers, I remember all these things. I remember Radhanath saying, don't go to Gohari, leave him and go to Narayan Raj, man, who the many lifetime path. You see how Maya is very tricky, very deceitful. She had no mercy. That's what she's trying to teach everybody. Don't go to her for mercy. Don't go to her to people who lie to you, cheat to you, who are not self-realized. Go to those who can deliver you, those who are empowered with that potency to deliver you. Without bhakti, without devotion, without Shuddha bhakti, without Satchidananda, you are not delivered. You didn't go to the right place. Yeah. So we're just doing our work. I mean, it's a simple thing. Come hear the truth and be set free. Got witnesses out there. They say that's not like I'm just exaggerating or lying or bluffing like all your gurus are doing. What are these? Which one of them? Can Jai Pataka take you to Vrindavan? Prove it, man. Where's your Bhav? Where's the Bhav of Vrindavan? Only a resident Vrindavan can take you to Vrindavan. Let's see that kind of ecstatic worship that they do there. Well, we don't even know what it is. That's right, because your guru don't know what it is. You don't even understand the songbook. You don't even understand Sri Guru Charana Padma song. From them ecstatic prema emanates. Can you see it even from my disciples here? Some ecstatic prema emanating. By them, their word, your ignorance is destroyed. Can you see? Have you ever heard talk like this so frank? Talk about gravity. Oh, we get people thinking, let's get up there and check this out, man. Let's see what this guy is saying today. We want to see it eye to eye. Pretty soon, Janardan might show up here. Probably can't find the link, so we'll put it there just in case anybody else wants to see. Yeah, yeah. See, you go by the book and you get the results. So let's go see what's in the book again. Uh, oh, I
What
like
was
this.
it, Guru? Chapter 8 of Adilila?
No, chapter one actually of Adi Lila.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, and let's see. I'll just tell you the verses. I'm going to just skip around a little bit. Text number 5. Um, the loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's eternal pleasure giving potency. Actually, you read, Lalita, read that verse. I might stop you in the middle of it sometimes, but go ahead. Boy. Hey there. Who's that? Somebody shaved up over there. Look at
Achita.
that.
Achitananda Joy.
Oh, hey, thank you for coming there. Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you. It was not by my power.
All right. Well, you made it through these declarations,
Thank you.
declarations of war against Maya.
Oh my God, yes. I am. Yeah, Maya was winning the war against me this morning.
Don't worry about it. Just
I'm
stay with
so
the
lucky to
devoted.
have this beautiful man to send out a little rescue party for me.
All right. Good, 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 good. Govinda is very merciful.
Good to see you again. Very
Yeah,
good and
nice to
beautiful to hear
meet
this
you.
tale. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for coming. Oh, here, let me get Janardhan up again. Or is he? Is he up here?
It's
Where is he?
good.
Let's put him up again. There you go. Hey, everybody, come up here and see everything. All right, so let's see. Let's do it with this here. Okay, so read the verse there.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Thank you. Thank you.
The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, previously they separated themselves, and now these two transcendental identities they have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Isn't that great? This is the essence. Yeah. Let me see. Get that verse here. Yeah. Uh, what verse number was that? Oh
Five.
yeah, yeah, five, five. Yeah, the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. See, internal pleasure-giving potency. This is the real pleasure. This is the pleasure that lasts forever. This is what Krishna consciousness is all about. This is see, and so they were separated, and they would meet and separate and meet, and in separation they were thinking about each other with loving feelings, and then they would meet, physically, actually physically, and then they would feel this great union, just kind of like people do in the world in love affairs, just like kind of like that, and then in one form the Lord comes in one form and it shows you this relationship in one form, but not one. It was like two in one. It's like you could see the Lord chanting Hare Krishna and ecstatically communing with Radha. You see you see what you would have seen there, but you see it in one form happening, and that's the doing it in separation in a sense, but not separate. But that's the devotee thing. You see, you teach so many things in that thing. Yeah, in worshiping the Lord in this intimacy and ecstasy, you're showing this is your eternal position. Is to be a devotee like this. See, your knowledge of this perfect worship, this perfect understanding, perfect knowledge is covered by worshiping the Lord's Maya. It twists everything. It confuses everything. It makes it unclear. Your knowledge becomes perverted. Your relationships with God become perverted into relationships with the body of the Lord, and it looks like some other, and to the point of like you think, oh, this is another person. It is another person, but it's like both parties are meant to commune with God, in this intimacy and ecstasy. So this is the glory of the pleasure giving potency, which is only given where it is, right? In the common sense, where's the pleasure giving potency? How long are people going to be like being held back, like saying, well, I'm sorry, we can't show you the pleasure giving potency. We can't show you what it looks like of a person worshiping God in intimacy and ecstasy. We can't show you the kind of specialized knowledge that they get from that experience of worshiping God like that. We can't show you personifications of the verses. So that's the problem. People are not getting a clear understanding. See, people are not getting a clear picture of what life is really about. Where is it going? See, the pleasure potency has to come here. Satchidananda has to manifest here. See, in a person, and teach us like we're taught by our father and mother. We need our spiritual father and mother to come in the form of Big Brother. See, one who is doing that already, and then engaging that happening into you. See, by the order and the opinion, the word of the spiritual master, of the real associate of the Lord, that's attained that level of evolution, spiritual evolution, which is higher than this Brahman realization, higher than even supersoul, understanding that God is in your heart. It's a more condensed version, more intense, actually. See, more complete revelation. That's what Lord Caitanya came to bring. The most complete revelation of the absolute truth. Yeah, yeah. See, so that's what our books are teaching. Can you imagine? And there's some time, and that time is now, to explain the postgraduate course that Prabhupada said Chaitanya Charitamrita was. To teach you about what he was experiencing in his room that he didn't show, and Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Vinod. A delegation of these disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta, and they went and saw, I think, or anyway, they were connected with Bhaktisiddhanta and Bhakti Vinod, and they went and they got a chance to go to Mayapur to the Bhajan Kutir of Bhakti Vinod, who is very secret about this kind of worship. And so they entered in when he was worshiping Krishna. You know how he was doing it? Like this, in intimacy and ecstasy. He was jumping around in such ecstasy, being close to Krishna, tears pouring out of his eyes. And they came and said, Prabhu, can you teach us something about Krishna? He went into ecstasy. Oh, wow, you want to hear about Krishna? And he was jumping around. And he never showed this kind of stuff. But you can read all about this, Boo. That's an associate. They're like that. See? And they were doing it. That's why our books, this book, Chaitanya Bhagavat, is all about the external pastimes where they were doing this publicly. Otherwise, how are you going to get such a book? If nobody sees it. See, so that's why at a certain point, and that time is now, to show and teach the glories of this kind of worship. It's glorious, isn't it? You guys are the witnesses. You're telling me. You're telling the world. You're telling the Vaidhi Bhaktas in ISKCON and Gaudiya Mahagaudiya. You tell Gaudiya Smiti, yeah, those little proud boys over there. They're the proud boys and girls. Ooh, so proud. Ooh, look at us. We follow rules and fastings, and we carry our big sticks. And who are you guys? Look at Gohari's stick. It's short. No, but don't get smacked with it, man. My dada does wonders. It's wonderful. Light too, man. I don't even feel it, but you will. That's a great verse. Let's see what other verse we can get out of this thing here. I'll tell you what verse to read here. Hare Krishna. Yeah, text number 20 there, Lalita.
20.
Yes.
Okay. In the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering the spirit of our Master, the devotees of the Lord, and the personality of Godhead, I have invoked their benedictions.
And nobody knows what those are except people here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah.
she's reading the verse and showing you personally. See, she's the verse personified. When you get the mercy of Lord and to live inside your body like that, Radha and Krishna are dancing in there, you become the verse. She's reading the verse. What do you think Radhanath shows you that? He'll read the verse. Oh, well, but she reads the verse and you can see the bliss, the ecstasy of remembering. That's the benediction, is to remember the Lord in ecstatic love. That is the greatest treasure. That is the highest truth. That is the pearl of great price, to remember the Lord and the devotees in ecstatic devotion. There ain't anything better than that. That's Vrindavan. That's the Garden of Eden explained. You made it, man. That's it. That's what you're here to teach in the world. By example. That's Acharya, man. That's, and you're teaching spontaneous devotional service. You show the world, oh, this is available now. It's on the shelf. That's our product. We only got one product: ecstatic worship of the Lord. It's great. It's fantastic. Let us show it to you. It sucks up all the dirt, just like Kirby vacuum. You just suck up all the dirt. Just spit it out to the offenders and the fault finders. It all goes to them, man. You just put it on them, and then they get so heavy that they'll give it up too. And then we come over here with our Kirby vacuums and suck it up and show them that our product works. Devotion to Krishna is the great vacuum, man. Suck up all the dirt and throw it out, man. Yeah, yeah, go ahead, read it. I don't know what were we doing. I forgot what verse. Read
20
it
said,
again.
I will continue. Then I will continue. Such remembrance destroys all difficulties.
See, that's
And
it. All you need is to get a laugh out of Krishna. It destroys all different. Oh, so nothing matters anymore. You're. I was chanting this morning after looking at the world situation, man. They would say, "Hey, man, time is short," and everything. And I was a little bit affected, And then I'm chanting like this, and I'm thinking about these devotees, Jesus, Prabhupada, Nityananda, Advaita, Lord Caitanya. And all of a sudden, ooh, I felt the strength, man. Oh, no more fear, boldness. It's like, hey, man, you guys ain't sweating it. Why should I? I feel it now. Hey, that's getting the grace, man. See, we can do all things in God. It's true. You got all strength, all that. This is what people need. Come on, man. Come over here and get this connection. We're the connection. Okay, for this ecstatic relationship, and you'll be strengthened by it. You'll feel it. You'll feel this alive in you. Wow, you'll know what real life is this relationship. Can you imagine connecting with the God of gods, the King of kings, the rascal of Vrindavan? How are you going to have any fear? How can you fear anything? That's why these poor people jumping out of windows nowadays. They were so afraid they went and did the shot. You know how many people they're dying like flies, man. These and they're lying about it. 31 years old people die and they lie. I know they're all lying. They're lying. They don't tell you, but people are dying. They have one big bodybuilder. I was watching these big bodybuilders. They took the thing, big bodybuilder working out all the time. The guy looked like a just Mr. Universe like this, and he was sitting in the hospital with the stomach. They say this is what they put stomach ache, and he had a heart attack. Oh, just out of the blue, just happened to happen. Healthy guy, like so many like that. All because of why? Fear, right? They went for it. Lies, fear. See, you come here, your whole mind will be straightened out. You'll get into truth. The truth will set you free. Did Jesus tell? He showed us the path. When you find the truth, it will set you free, because then you won't believe in liars who tell you to do bad things. I had to save this sangha from some people. You get bewildered. It's easy. You believe in doctors all your life. You think they're always going to do. They change, man. People have sold out. This is the time of the reckoning, man. Hey man, you want truth? You want to be saved by truth? Come here. Everybody's lying to you. Your gurus are. I'm telling you, just got to tell you frankly, man. They're all lying to you, man. They can't bring you to Vrindavan unless they got the tears and the ecstasy. Show us. It's time to put your hand on the thing. Do you have a pair of deuces? I think you're bluffing, all of you, every single one of you. Bluffers. My Lord's Maya is good. She's so good, but he's better, man. And I got the better Lord, and I'll prove it. I put my hand on the table. It's a royal flush. Let's see your pair of deuces. That's what I think you got. I'm putting everything in. All the, all the what do you call the chips are in. We're gonna have nachos after this. God, I feel so expressed. Must be because the Lord's feeling that way. He's probably says, I've always wanted to say this, man. We had to get everybody ready for it, man. Like the New World Order is trying to get everything ready for it, their dystopian future. And the Lord he's also preparing here, through Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, and now the New World Order. We want this to happen by 2025 also. 2030 max. Yeah. What else you got there, Lalita? Did you finish the verse? Read the last sentence again.
No.
Luckily, Maria was not here. She'd tell me, I gotta read the book. She triggered me. That really triggered me good. Took me a couple days to get over that one.
Yeah, but actually, it's a Vaidhi manner to say keep on reading. It's
Yeah,
typical Vaidhi.
it was perfect though. Sometimes I get an uppercut, man, without, unexpected. It's good. Yeah, she
So
knew it after. She said, "Don't worry, I won't ever do that again." She's smart. She's not dumb.
yeah, she's smarter than others, I know.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, no way am I going to do it. She was just very eager, She's a very
Good understander.
she likes the books, man. She's very eager to understand all this stuff. That's good. That's beautiful, That's yeah. Go ahead.
Such remembrance destroys all difficulties.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Doesn't it? Have you noticed? How would you like to be experienced devotee and feeling that all your difficulties go, all your problems down the drain? Threefold miseries don't exist. I didn't think I was going to be. I was so sick this morning, just cold. I don't want to go on. I don't want to go. I was resisting it. I thought, no, I ain't going to go on. I just, was delayed. And I'm just going to do it anyway because I'm just going to do it. And then boom, gone. Yeah, threefold miseries go by the Lord's grace. This is the way. This is the medicine. People in the world, they don't even know they have threefold miseries, even though it's on them all the time. Maya's done that. That's her thing. Unless we're connecting with the transcendental Lord, the threefold miseries, we're going to feel them. That's why people are afraid. This thing, they went and did the wrong things because of fear, and fear is caused by the threefold miseries. Is fear, the fear of the mind, the anxiety. See, this you transcend so easily this way. The Lord wants to give this grace to everybody. I mean, it's really amazing. I mean, I'm amazed by it every day. How just by being in the association of devotees, which the book is telling you the same thing, and we'll be reading this kind of stuff here. Uh, by the association of devotees who have this intimacy and ecstasy, and your worship in their association, you easily get it. Look at Fanny. Look at Amy. Look at everybody practically. Look at Janardhan. Very easily everything comes. See? You get everything and more. Can you imagine a path where salvation and liberation from the modes of nature and this material universe is just a perk? It just happens. You're not even thinking to be being liberated, devotees. Hey, here, there, hell, heaven. Hey, where are we going to go, Lord? Let's go preach. That's devotees. That's the Lord Chaitanya's men. We're assembling those kind of persons now. And the Lord says, "Hey, man, let's go to hell for a while." I said, "That would be cool. Let's go to hell. That's really cool." See, the Lord, Bali Maharaj, the Lord says, "I got to send you to hell. Your guru cursed you. I said, "No problem. You're with me now. It'll be cool down there. We're going to have a great time." Look at this now. We're demonstrating the same thing. Look at the stuff going on in the world. It could be, nuke war. We could be nuked in any minute. Thinking, no, that could be cool. All right, let's glorify the Lord. Yeah, let that snake burn or any magical thing bite me, but just go on glorifying the absolute truth. See, why? You get freedom of fear, freedom of the threefold miseries. You're liberated. See, this is the best way to prepare. They're stuffing canned food. There's so many ways that's none of it's going to work. This is the best preparation. Yeah, prepare. Oh, you want to prepare? Well, prepare. Awaken your soul, nourish that, get it as strong as you can while you're here. Get it to the point it's the soul is tough as nails, and then you start nailing Maya. You put Maya. We're putting Maya. Oh, everything's reversed now. We're putting Maya on the cross. It's our time now. You put our prophets before on the cross. We're putting Maya on the cross, man. We have full knowledge, man. We know Maya's game. And Prabhupada's books, man. We're just here to nail. I'm just every day driving a deeper nail into putting Maya on the cross. She loves it. She's a martyr now. We make Maya a martyr. It's like Jesus, they martyred Jesus. And, yeah, okay, forgive them, Father. See? Yeah. Somebody's got to nail Maya down. We nail her through all her tricks, man. All these little gurus out there that can't deliver you, we nail it. That's part of nailing it, right? We nail her. What is our nail? The truth, man. Yeah. See, what's the hammer? The word drives that nail deep, man. Where do you hear stuff like this? This is like right out of the 2,000 years ago, huh? Nicodemus was asked, "Did Jesus say anything new?" No, but what he said, man, it was like I never heard it before. It was so authoritative. It was like God speaking to us, prophets. Yeah, we're making them now. We're cranking them out. This is a factory to make profits and acharyas. Look at you guys, man. Ecstatic devotion is it, man. Is there any better way to prepare? Is there any better knowledge? Is there any better information you can get? Any better experience, work experience? See, the Lord is considering work experience, play experience. The more you play with Him, the more work experience you're getting. Totally satisfied with devotees in Sadhu Sangha. You can feel it, right? You can feel, man, am I in the right place? I can't think of any better place than this. Yeah. I'm with real devotees who have real devotion, and the Lord is with them. The Lord is manifesting in their kata, their talks. Got Prabhupada's books, the Goswamis, glorification. Amy Rose says, this world is a crazy game of poker, but it's okay for us because we have the royal flush. Exactly. Yeah, when you know you're going to win. See, our Lord is the royal flush. Literally. We're just going to flush it out. Royal. It says the royal flush. All the kings and queens of the material world, we're going to flush them down the toilet now and establish Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement, the real one with his real devotees. Right? You just flush those kings. You're ready for those kings and queens, aren't they? Who are these guys? They're just nothing. They're worse than you. You know, this is time for things to change. All these so-called elites, man. These elites. Hey, man, my Lord, it's his world now. A new world order now. This is his world. Man, you step aside, everybody. Lord Chaitanya's coming. He's here. Yeah. He's had enough of this nonsense, man. You guys, nothing but nonsense here, for eons. Go ahead,
Guru
Lily.
Maharaj,
Yes, yes.
Don's got a question.
Okay, good.
Good. Right. So it was you mentioned ecstatic devotion, and I wanted to ask you one question, and it made me realise why I've come here today to ask this question. But it doesn't have to be now; it can be at a time that suits you.
Yeah, yes, no, it's good.
Of course. And it was this, and this has befuddled me a little. On Friday nights in Brighton, we have a meeting called Hare Krishna Friday, and it's many sampradaya. Lots of people do come together to chant, and we have Radha and Krishna there. And last Friday, and obviously the French Tatler and everyone, yeah. Last Friday, I found myself very very sad. There's a lot happening, and when we started to chant the Maha Mantra, I cried floods of tears for my own sadness for myself. But in that moment, I thought, I don't understand any of this. I don't understand it at all. I understand that I make this sound. I understand that, I understand what I've been told, but I understand nothing. And then in that moment of not understanding anything, it was beautiful, it was connecting. But then what happened next was sad for me, because then I named it, and I named it the next time through. The next time I had a moment where I'd named it as I understand that I don't understand, and then it was gone. And I'd named it as my not understanding. When it had no name, it was beautiful and connected. But as soon as I named it, and I just
That's a speculation. Yeah, see, that's a speculation.
yeah.
That's what the Mayavadis do. They said, it's the name, all that. They have all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, that was closer See, that's your Lord in your heart is conclusive, more conclusive, because we don't understand like this. The Lord is the understanding, and what He gives us is the grace to understand. Like, see, to those who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. Yeah, so that comes just by revelation, just naturally. And this, see, this kind of, if you like this kind of worship, this kind of intimacy, you like to cry when you chant and all this, and have revelations and feel closeness with God, this will only develop in association of those kinds of like-minded devotees. Otherwise, it doesn't work in the Vaidhi sector because they don't know what it is, and they're afraid of it usually, or misunderstand it, and are adverse basically to this kind of worship. See, so if you want to develop this, it has to develop amongst like-minded persons. Uh, yeah, does that answer your question somewhat, or
It answers it
yeah?
perfectly.
And
Thank you.
also, and another thing too, if you're saying like, oh yeah, Maya was a, see, this is the thing what the devotees have to learn is you won't get fully free of Maya in that Vaidhi path. It's just it's just there. That's its fault. It's not meant to fully free you, especially in Kali Yuga. You need to get the full mercy. Okay, so you'll see devotees here that got the full mercy. They're not thinking, "Oh, my mind is, oh, Maya is attacking me." Yeah, the devotees deep into this and have the full mercy. The Lord protects them consistently, and they're not thinking, "Oh, yeah, yeah." See, so that's the potential here, and it comes very quickly if you're sincere, especially if you've done Vaidhi practices and all this. It shouldn't. It should come very quickly. Uh, the purification comes very fast, and then you'll see that the devotees, that it's this closeness to the transcendental Lord. You start to feel like He feels. He's not sweating what's going on here. He's not attacked by Maya. So you get where it says the Lord is the protector of His devotees. You realize that you become an experienced recipient of that protection. This is where all this is going here. It is so real that people can't even believe it. It's so how it is. You read these verses after you get this mercy more and more. You read these verses. I can relate. I can relate. That's my life. This is my experience because the Lord has given Himself to these devotees here. Anybody who has faith in this preaching, you're easily liberated from illusion. And you will feel everything in the verses that the verses say. And all I do is just from experience say, hey, yeah, this is true. This is true. It's real. I love glorifying these truths because they're real. This can be your experience now. So take anybody taking our preaching seriously here, very quickly you will have your own experiences and you'll think, you won't be blindly believing anything. Your logic will kick in. You'll have the mind of God who is really logical. And this is the idea, the Uttamadikari. We're here to make Uttamadikaris. Uttamadikari, they can convince people on the basic of logic and argument. I haven't even memorized any verses. I'm convincing people because the Lord is inside me. See, and we're making people. The Lord is inside many devotees here. I mean, really deeply, strongly rooted. Actually, anybody coming here that really takes it seriously, the Lord is getting more and more hold of them, and it's wonderful. This is surrender, man. Surrendering the Lord is wonderful. He's the people His Maya. They want us to trust them, but they're not trustworthy. They can't be. But man, when you found the devotees who have the mercy of the Lord, that's where you're going to build real trust with God. You'll feel it for yourself. You feel, oh man, this is so fantastic. The mercy of the Vaishnavas, and to find actual living Vaishnavas in this world that are like the devotees you read about is so rare, and they're developing here fast.
Can I ask
Many
a
devotees, 5 years. Go ahead.
just so
Abhila must say that they were very accepting and very open, and they were very kind, and they wanted my phone number, and I got accepted into their association. But I've often wanted to, and they accept all things. I've often wanted to invite Govind to come and speak, and to know, would that be okay to do?
Yeah, I've also felt the vibe just to go down there, and when you've mentioned that, I'm
Go,
ready.
go, yeah, go down where? Where is he talking? Where are you talking
So
about?
it's
Go
in
down.
Brighton on the south coast of England. It's I mean, there's a
Those. Is that what's the name of that town? Glastonbury.
no, it's not Glastonbury. It's Brighton. It's the coast, so on the way to France.
Oh,
Um,
same kind of food, same kind of devotees.
yeah, I mean it's a mixture. There are some Gaudiya Math, there are some many ISKCON, and others. Traditional. Our kind of our leader is Sri Radhe, and she's just grown up in India. She's not from any Western.
Well, the thing it's great. That see, there's the level like the Nuremberg group. A lot of them are they're very welcoming. Sometimes they're very nice. They're kind of a mode of goodness vibe. So there's that, and if that's good enough for you, because a lot, it's not necessarily that people could be nice and cultured and say the right things and follow the etiquettes that they like what we're doing, because often they're adverse to it because they think they found it, they got it. And just like in ISKCON, a lot of times they think they found it and they got it. Well, that's fine, but I'm saying we're here, we're sharing what we found and we got, and not everybody is getting it yet. But those who are attracted, because there are nice devotees out there, they're nice. But it's for what I'm preaching, what Lord Chaitanya was preaching, it's not good enough to be just nice devotee in the mode of goodness and cordial and etiquettes and all of that. It's still material. We're here tasting and relishing and teaching the transcendental spontaneous worship of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and those principles. And this is very rare. Um, if you study this and then you go and compare that, you'll see there's a marked difference. Unless they're like this. They see the associate of Lord Chaitanya, they're in the same kind of mood. They understand what the Lord, the essence of what He's about, if they're preaching it, and we are. So this is the essence. Deliverance is happening very quick for devotees here. They're getting the path of prema. So the question I would ask is there symptoms of prema in that? Have you been there in Brighton? Have you been there?
I've not been there.
Yeah.
John goes there regularly.
I would say yeah. I
Uh,
would say yeah.
I would.
There's,
I'm not so much into the give a class kind of thing as go down there and make friends.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
quite
I
open
know.
to do
No,
that.
I'm asking him. Are there symptoms of that you see here, there? Are they symptoms of prema?
It's very informal. The format. Yeah, I think so. The prasadam is very good. That's what I like most. The it is very simple, and yeah, there is joy and dancing and love. Yeah, there is definitely. We spoke. We it was because you mentioned back to Vinod earlier, and we were last night. We were taking his back to Vinod. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. Um, talking about his it's just very simple teaching. Um, very simple. We just went through the words.
Yeah, well, I'm still asking, are there symptoms of prema? See, it's not just joy. I mean, you can go to a Christian, say there's joy and they're happy, but are there symptoms of worshiping the Lord? See, Lord Chaitanya came here to give prema bhakti worship. See, to worship the Lord so intimately and to the point of rapture, point of tears pouring out of your eyes, laughing like a madman and women. Are there symptoms like that?
I would say there are, but they were not as great and pronounced as they are here with you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's the thing. That can probably increase because when I read the verses of Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, he would talk about people that were worshiping Radha and Krishna and or Govinda couldn't understand the kind of symptoms of intimacy and ecstasy that Lord Chaitanya brought forth because it's just a little bit more subdued. But Lord Chaitanya brought this wild, ecstatic worship. It's really amazing, and that's kind of where it was being developed here. Is this, and
I would, I would
it's yeah,
say that the purpose of Hare Krishna Fridays is to experience the wild, ecstatic worship of Lord Caitanya. Like that is what it is for, and that is the message. And everybody there does as best they can with different.
yeah,
But it would be
yeah,
good to have.
yeah, yeah. You can do the best you
Always
can.
good to have more back.
Yeah, you can yeah, you can do the best you can, but usually the way it works is by association of the deeper devotees that have the deeper ecstasy. It kind of transmit like a virus. That's was how the Lord did it. People that accepted his ecstatic, intense association, they started to get these kinds of symptoms. Also, like him and like Nityananda, they accepted his association. Usually, Brahmins had a hard time with Nityananda because he didn't follow strictly any rules. He was just really ecstatic. He'd rip his clothes off sometimes and just dance around, and just I mean, you'd have to, be a rare person. But usually the lower classes would come. Just like here, the people that are just usually ordinary persons often just kind of come here and they're like, "Ooh, what an interesting mood this is. Let's hang," and they start picking it up.
Thank, thank
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for sharing that. Yeah, go down to Govinda and check it out. Make friends. Yeah. Lolita, where did you finish the verse?
No, Guru Maharaj, I still didn't finish that verse. It's a very short one, very short one. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Such remembrance. Oh my God, such remembrance destroys all difficulties and very easily enables one to fulfill his own desires.
Yeah, yeah, his own. You see,
His-
very easily because of that intense bhakti. It's just amazing. That's very easily it destroys all difficulty. See, the more intense your love for God is, the more your difficulties go, because that means the Lord is really close. The more intense you feel ecstasy, that means the Lord is really close. That's the secret. See? That means you see devotees who are very, when they chant the holy names and they're crying a lot and choking up and everything, that means the Lord's very close to them. See? And so you pick up that vibe being close to them. See, that's that song, the songbook in the Sri Guru. From the real spiritual master, which is a very intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya, from them ecstatic prema emanates. See, the emanation is very powerful. By their word, ignorance is destroyed. See, their word is it's influenced by that prema. The word comes to their mouths. See? See, they call that the inspired word of God. See, the inspired word of God comes from those who worship the Lord with intimacy and ecstasy. Right? That's why they call it, in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. So, spoken by a real intimate devotee, you can depend on that word. That word will come true. Okay? Everybody else, more or less, lies. Whether they nicely or well intentionally, it doesn't matter. Unless you're an intimate associate of the Lord, there's going to be some kind of lie coming out of your mouth. Nothing you can do. Yeah. I mean, look, let's. I have to do my own experience. Take Narayan Raj. My ex-wife comes, oh, Gore, is it my ex-guru now? See, because he reinitiated her. Can you help Gore? Does he have real bhakti? Actually, he doesn't. There's not a real bhakti. See, now he's a nice guy. Narayan Raj, he was a nice person. Very nice. Helped people, did all these things, but he told a lie. My ex-wife is still suffering because of it. This shows you this kind of intimacy is very rare. Maya is lying to everybody except the intimate devotee who knows the mind of their Lord because of that intimacy. And they're very rare. Lord Chaitanya comes, think about it. Lord Chaitanya comes once every 3 billion or 4 billion, 320 million solar years. That's a long friggin' time. It's how rare the realizations people are getting here. And it's not surprising why Narayan Raj and others say, oh, prema, it'll take you many lifetimes, because that was their realization. It's not mine, is it? I tell you what the realization of Lord Chaitanya is, and you can check it, that you're meant to get this prema in this life when you make the right connection, when you get the good news from the right source. And you can check it. Prabhupada's books show you. I don't preach like something different. I preach right there. People have faith. I'm here preaching faith in the mercy of the Panchatattva to get prema in this life like they got 550 years ago. I was ordered by Prabhupada to do this. Krishna also said, because my second disciple got the full bolo darshan of Krishna. And he said, you know how Krishna is kind of like nonchalant. Well, because of your guru, you got my darshan like this. And she was only around for 2 weeks or so, week or two, I don't know, forgot, but not long. I didn't forget that. Okay? So his stuff is rare. Okay? And that's why I say, if anybody comes to have faith in this word, which has results, you can see people getting prema bhakti, and you check it carefully. I don't want any blind believers here. There's enough of them in all these groups. Blind adherence to rules and regulations. You know, no, people, you intelligent. You surrender here, not surrender your intelligence. Surrender by intelligence to what we all I'm promoting is surrender what I'm sure. I'm saying this is so fantastic, and I want to share it with others. And if anybody believes in this word that I believe in, that I have faith in, that I looked in Raleigh. I told you, how many stories have I told everybody here? I went to the Gaudiya Math, I went to the Gaudiya Samiti, I went to ISKCON and spent a sufficient amount of time. Radhakund Babaji's, 2 gurus there, and gurus and all these other ones to investigate. I went to the Mayavadi philosophers. I went to Christians, spent a whole month with the ecstatic Christians. I've been in the world, started businesses, and I'm back here like this. Concluding my investigation. I investigated enough. Don't need any more. Maybe save you some time. That's why I say it's not good enough. I mean, that's why you come for a while, and then you'll see that this is different than just, joyous. I mean, in the new age, you can go to new age things too, and they're nice, happy, doing little circle dances and singing, and, but this ecstatic worship is so rare. This called pure devotional service is so rare that you can only get it by association and by faith in the devotee's words. Okay? This is first chapter of Adi Lila here. Okay, so did you finish the verse? Probably not.
That one, yeah, I
Okay.
finished that one.
All right, let's go to another one here.
And next one?
No. Wait, just hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, actually, text number 22.
Okay. The invocation involves three processes: defining the objective, offering benedictions, and offering obeisances.
You know, I was always wondering about that verse, and today it came a little bit more clear.
Ah,
See, defining the objective. What is the objective in Krishna consciousness? What's the objective of this book?
the goal
This,
of life.
yeah, this the objective is not to destroy. That's just come incidental. That just comes automatically. But the objective is this prema bhakti worship, defining the objective. Just naturally, we're doing that all the time here. Even now, we define the objective. The objective is prema, not just some other objective, not just a joyous worship, kind of in the mode of goodness and having a party, for Krishna and the nice celebration. Like he says, I go for the prasad. See, not just for that. But if you say, well, I come here for the prasad, because where's the food on the table? See, when you say, "Oh, I come here for the prasad because this prasad is the spiritual prasad. We're eating the bread of life." See, the bread of life are the conclusive statements of these books and the ecstatic worship and the bliss of that. See, when you start saying, "I come here for the prasad," like we're still working on that Kamalakanta, he says, he's still trying to promote his prasad on the, which was nice, it's good. But when he says, "Hey, I come here for the prasad," see, the prasad are the words of the devotees who are relishing transcendental mellows of speaking and hearing about Krishna. Yeah. See, that's the kind of when you start saying, "Oh man, what's his name again?" Yeah,
Kamalakanta.
no, his name,
Oh, sorry.
John.
John. John. Yeah, when John says, "Hey, man, I'm here for the prasad," okay, now he's getting it. Well, he is now, just automatically. He's here for the prasad. This is all we can offer you here, is this kind of discussion. The Hari Kata. Matter of fact, even the Lord Krishna says, he says, "I'm not attained in any other way except by sadhu sangha." Even though the scriptures say you attain the Lord by following this and following this rule and doing sadhu and all this, but the Lord says, "Oh, the Krishna of Vrindavan is not attained any other way but by sadhu sangha, easily. See? By association with my devotees who speak to you about their inner conclusive confidential truths." See, that is the best way to attain the Lord of Vrindavan, because by that word. See, that word, Radha, is in your heart. That kind of bhakti will awaken because she only wants to hear words like that, conclusive understanding. That's our secret here, our secret weapon that nobody else can wield. Oh, yeah, somebody mute your mic. I think maybe it's moving. Yeah, yeah. See, secret weapon is speak conclusive statements of these books, especially Chaitanya Lila. She gets very thrilled by it. She starts to wake up. Otherwise, it's kind of like Vishnu sleeping, you know. And dreaming because he's bored. He says, "Nobody's speaking, anything to wake me up, out of my dream, I need some, to wake up." Yeah. So, yeah, okay. So, yeah, define the objective, offering benedictions. See that? Offering benedictions. Did you hear any benedictions through this class today? You come, the objective is prema. You come into association and you will get this prema. It won't be an empty hand. The Brahmins, they give you these empty, things. That's okay, a Brahmin, but all you can get, he's a Brahmin, right? Or he's a Varnashram sannyasi. Then you get the benedict. What kind? May you be austere, like Narayan Raj. Oh, prema? No, I'm sorry, I can't give you that benedict. I only use it not to be offensive, but just truthful and get clear. Everybody's a Bhagavatam example. Don't misunderstand. May you become austere. That was his thing. May you become renounced. Prema, sorry, withdract. Sorry, that's not my mission, not his mission. See? But what benedicts you get? May you become ecstatic devotees by following the true process laid out in chapter 1 of Adi Lila. Meet a real devotee who actually, from them, prema emanates from them by their word is so truthful, so clear, it destroys all ignorance. You find defined, the objective is clearly defined here. You can you listen here and then you go anywhere else and see, are they defining the objective clearly? Prema, tears in the eyes, laughing like a madwoman because you're so close. That's just a result of being very, very, very confidentially, intimately close with Lord Caitanya, Radha, and Krishna. Those are the only symptoms. That's being in Vrindavan, even here in this world. See? May you all get that who come here. See? That's a benediction. And that's not just empty words, it's following the process. You can check it. Yeah? 98. Read verse 98 through 100, Lalita.
Sorry, Guru Maharaj?
Read 98 through 100. Verse 98 through 100.
Okay.
In the book.
Okay. Just a minute.
we move fast here, Lalita.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Did I understand? But those two brothers, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they dissipate the darkness of the inner core of the heart, and thus they help us meet the two kinds of Bhagavatas, persons or things in relationship with the personality of Godhead.
Yeah, so they started this work 550 years ago. Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda here. Many of us may have even met them. So they start dissipating so that we can ultimately meet the two types of Bhagavatas. In ISKCON, they're also, still dissipating in all the groups, actually. They're dissipating enough darkness in the heart so that they can meet the two types of Bhagavatas. One is the great scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam. The other is the confidential devotee. Now, that's happening now. See, people, I in so many classes I've mentioned, most people, they may have read the Bhagavatam 5 times or the Chaitanya Lila 5 times, like, what's his name? What's his name?
Krishna Das Kaviraj, Vrindavan Das.
You guys it's always new with
Freddie
you guys.
Johan.
It's like,
Freddie Johan.
who? Johan, yes, Johan. 5 times, both books. Followed strictly everything. And now he's like learning and hearing the Bhagavatam for the first time. Really. And that's the situation for most Vaishnavas. Even though they got the Bhagavatam, even though they got Prabhupada's association even, or they got association with disciples of Prabhupada, or anybody out there, is to meet the two types of Bhagavatas. And that's when you will hear the conclusive truth. It'll come from the living devotee, and you'll hear the Bhagavat through them. Now this dissipates all ignorance. See? And then you get this Vrindavan Prema. But that's why it could be many lifetimes. If you don't fulfill that requirement of this book, meet the two types of Bhagavats. When is that going to be accomplished? Is when it's going to be accomplished. Because then you're going to hear the Bhagavat, you're going to hear the real book Bhagavat now. See? And this is going to awaken this prema in you. See? Now you're going to understand these verses that nobody understands practically in all of these groups. By regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam, and that means all the books, any of the books. And by service to the devotee, the real pure devotee, by service to the pure devotee, all that's troublesome to the heart is dissipated to almost nil. And this happens very fast. You notice, what's troublesome to your heart is ignorance. Following where the ignorant paths or with some levels of ignorance and all that it goes. And then this love awakens in your heart. See? And that's when you find the real devotee. See, our books are all about that, meeting the real devotees. Even the Bible's about that. Jesus said, all the things you've done and all your fasts and all your studies was here to meet me. That's the bona fide spiritual master, is to meet a living devotee who'll preach the real knowledge of the Bhagavat. Because blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. They see God in truth, conclusively. Srimad Bhagavatam, second verse, says the same thing that Jesus said in its way. Only the pure in heart can understand this Srimad Bhagavatam, where it's going, what is the objective of it. See? And they can communicate it. Otherwise, if you don't hear from that person, you don't get it. You don't understand it clearly. What did Jesus say? Only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father, and the Son can reveal the true nature of the Father to whom he chooses. See, same thing. Meet the two types of Bhagavats. Everything is saying the same three. The conclusive truth is one. Guru is one. But it's rare also. So everything going on in ISKCON and Gaudiya, Brighton, Glassberry is all to meet that rare person that can give you prema bhakti. See? That's the objective. Like Arjuna, his guru said, what do you see? Do you see the fish? He said, no, I just see the eye. That's prema bhakti, the objective. That was what Lord Caitanya saw. That's what his devotees see. That's where all this is going. See, so we define the objective, man. Offering benedictions. You come here and you from all angles, don't be a blind believer. Come here and intelligently see how wonderful it is. I just say that because I'm enjoying it, just like Prabhupada enjoyed his books because Krishna dictated them. Well, Krishna's dictating here also. Has to be. Guru is one. Otherwise, go somewhere else and find such a guru. Nobody should have accepted anybody as guru below the realization of Prabhupada. It's got to be the same or better. But I think Gaur Govinda was the only one that was close to that. And even more is given here. You want to follow Gaur Govinda's path? Oh, good luck. That's why I look at where's the ecstatic devotees coming from Gaur Govinda. I didn't even see one. But look how many here. Must be pretty potent. Must be the real paramparas behind it, right?
The order has been given. That's
Yeah.
very clear. Isn't it, Govinda?
Yeah. So read the two types of Bhagavatas. So okay, and what else?
One of the Bhagavatas is the great scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam.
Prabhupada's books, right? Great scriptures, wonderful, fresh off the press still.
One of the Bhagavatas is a great scripture. Srimad Bhagavatam. And the other is the pure devotee. Absorbed in the mellows of loving devotion.
All right, where's the proof out there? Hey, Jai Pataka, hey, Radhanath, hey, Narayan Raj, any of you guys, any of you followers, any of you gurus out there, which one is absorbed in the mellows of devotion? Let us see. Otherwise, what do you want? Blind believers? You want people to believe? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I have it, but I'm sorry, it's too confidential to show you guys. So you got to just blindly believe them. See, the real devotees are absorbed in the mellows of devotion. And you got to see that. Why? Because you got to see, hey man, are you going to be a customer? Do you want that kind of worship? You should see it. You know, hey man, got to demonstrate the product. You want the Kirby vacuum or not? You know, got to demonstrate the product, man. Does it work? Is it attractive product? You know, do you like prema? Not everybody does. Look at Ram Das Vrijavasi. The so-called prema devotees don't like prema. Isn't that amazing? That's my Maya. My Lord's Maya is very strong. See, he's not a customer right now. Maybe later, you know, it sounds like he's getting promising, you know. See, so we got to see. You got to see. This is the Lord. He even said, you know, the Lord goes into Varanasi and all the Mayavadis there. And he says, I come here to distribute my product, my wares, you know, this ecstatic devotion. But there's so few customers. They're not interested in this product. They just like, you know, like they do like in ISKCON and all these other groups, knowledge into, you know, just dry speculations on them, even on Vaishnavism, you know. They say they like dry knowledge, you know, and dry classes and dry, you know, like this. So he had no customers. So what did he do? He said, well, I got to have to reduce the price. See? So what do? We also have to reduce the price a little bit. See, Prabhupada had a heavy price on it. Oh, you got to do sadhana siddha stuff. You will take you lifetime. Narayana is also nice lifetimes to get this. Oh yeah. Oh, hey man, you know we need some. We got to reduce the price to what? Turn your camera on. Come regularly. Associate. Make friends with the devotees here. You're best friends you can find. Don't worry about little thorns that prick you sometimes. That's good. It's part of your purification. You know, I also get pricked. You know, I don't like it. Nobody likes being pricked. Nobody likes going to the dentist. That's why the Lord, yeah, you know, the good dentist is like this. I was sitting in the chair, and the guy said he was going to give me a shot. This was recent, actually. He said, I'm going to give you a shot. I'm going to count to three. And he goes, one. I was expecting it on three. That's how Krishna works. When you least expect it, you get the shot. Oh!
You know, God, Harry, after everything yesterday and your comments and everything on this thread, and I'm sorry for my offences to you and Johan,
That's okay. Yeah.
I had an amazing dream.
Really?
Yeah, I was with you, and it's very informal, very relaxed, very friendship mood. And then you was driving. We came to this island, and there was a lighthouse on it. And
Huh?
also remember there was a lot of trees, very old trees, very big roots. And you were holding this I think it's an albatross, like a seabird, one of those little seabirds. Not closely. I'm sure it was some sort of bird like that. I think it was that sort of albatross from those poems, Tennyson poems. Anyway, he was holding it lightly, and it was just a beautiful dream. And the whole vibration of the dream to me is Krishna manifesting Guru, and that's what the whole vibe was when I woke up. And I think also for Johan, you know, because on that thread I was impersonating Johan a little bit. I got, as I shared on the thread, I got some of his special spiritual potency for dreaming. I think it just, I don't know, it's beautiful. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. So thank you. And,
Yeah. Wow. Krishna's mercy. Okay, Lalita, read some more. The rest of the verse.
Yes. And the other is a pure devotee absorbed in the mellows of loving devotion. Then the next 100. Through the actions of these two Bhagavats, the Lord instills the mellows of transcendental loving service into the heart of the living being.
See, this
And
is the formula. This is the formula. Um, If you follow this formula, then you get that result, and that's why it works. You followed the formula. That's why I said you guys are examples of the formula working. Many of you, you, the mellows of loving service are instilled in your heart and are manifesting in this world. That's the witness program that you follow by the action of the book Bhagavat. See the words in that book spoken and realized by the devotee Bhagavat, and you follow that, you see, oh, that's Krishna's opinion. You're actually following Krishna's opinion. I'm just here to give you Krishna's opinion. If anybody is against this opinion here, you don't get ecstatic devotion in this life. That's why you see Narayan Raj didn't manifest it. Prabhupada didn't manifest it now at that time. He put it in a book, get the ducks in a row, and now it's time. See, now to make the slam dunk. It's time for the world to hear this. And you can all check it. Everybody in ISKCON, you can check, is your guru instilling the mellows of devotion in your heart? Can you see from in them is that those mellows absorbed in the loving devotion? Does if they are, then tears should be coming out of their eyes. And they should be showing this kind of worship to show the product. Well, that's why the product is a little difficult to define. This is the product is the objective. Prema bhakti worship. See, that's why we must show this being absorbed in the mellows of devotion. You know, we need to preach the real glorification in the Bhagavat and uphold these standards and these conclusions. Otherwise, who else is going to do it? The book goes unrealized. And all these people that don't manifest the word in the book, they're not the word. They're not the example of the word. You got to look, is my guru the word manifest made flesh? Like it says in the Bible, Jesus was the word made flesh. See, in a body, in a temple, a living body, you know, because the deity ain't telling you these things. Deity's up there with lots of flowers and garlands around it, and you're getting great eye exercise. Looking, wow, yeah, you did your workout today. Hey, but deity's not speaking to you, man. He's not telling you these conclusions in the Bhagavatam. Not instilling the mellows of devotion in you because it's meant to be done by a living being, a living word coming from a living person, alive in bhakti, in real devotion. Therefore, their benedictions become true because they define the objective. See, they're the word made flesh, made sound vibration, transcendental. The real opinion of God is God, right? Doesn't it say? Book of John, chapter 1, the word was with God and was God. That kind of word. The Lord comes as the spiritual master. They're so simultaneously one and different. You see, oh, Guru's here. Oh, God is here. Oh, Guru's here. The Shaktivesh avatar. The Lord comes through his avatar in the world. That's the bona fide representative of the Lord. That's the real associate. He has an avatar here. That's the real Guru. See? And the only difference with Prabhupada was one like that. Bhakti Siddhanta was also. Bhakti Vinod also. But what they teach you is what you get. You get the word. What was their word? Vaidhi. Build temples. Work for Krishna. Study the books 2 hours a day. Stuff like that. And people did. And they're still doing, right? Distribute my books. That was the word coming from his mouth. What's the word here? Come in association. Turn your camera on. We're making things easier. Reducing the price. Now Prema is available. That's all preliminary. That's to dissipate your darkness in your heart so you can meet Shiksha Guru. See? To tell you, define the objective. The real objective of Chaitanya Charitamrita, of that verse, is Prema Bhakti, devotion to Krishna. Intense, extensive, ever fresh, and eternal. Offer benedictions. Turn your friggin' camera on, for God's sake. Very practical. Come here regularly. Make friends with devotees. Pass the river test. Get pricked over and over again until you become strong and can appreciate the rose. She's been my test. I had to pass the river test. Yeah, is that right? I like the rose. It's beautiful. I just stick with the rose and thorns. Just a little careful, Isn't that beautiful? This is Krishna consciousness in a nutshell. Now, those who hear that those words in the book, that opinion of Krishna from the real devotee, now you have the complete picture and the full package. What else do we do now?
Continue?
Yeah, continue.
Finish that first. Through the actions of these two Bhagavatas, the Lord instills the mellows of
There you
transcendental.
go. There's the finale. You want the finale, the mellows of loving devotion? Yeah. See, through the action. This is an action movie. You didn't know that? Sadhu Sangha is an action movie, man. By the action of the, we take the concepts in the book and we just lay them out there, entertaining with lots of entertainment, lots of thriller. It thrills you, man. Put you on the edge of your seat. Comedy, authority, shouting, love story, all these. See, by the action in the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat, the mellows are still. See, we must be doing the right thing because look, the mellows of devotion are coming. Look at Lalita. Look at River. Look at Govinda right there in front of you. They got some mellow, man. Don't they look pretty mellow? It's because of what they're relishing, what they're tasting. They got more than the joy of the Lord. They got the sadness of the Lord, which is better than the greatest joy of the demigods. Can you imagine something? The Lord Chaitanya came, I came to give you the sadness, my sadness, which is better than the joy of the demigods. I love the sadness of God. Oh man. The sadness of man. That's why they're afraid of the sadness of God, because they anthropomorphize it. They think, oh, I don't like to be sad in this world. Why should I want sadness of God? That's Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya is great. It makes a great play, and it's very ecstatic. The sadness in the world makes a lousy play, man. One you don't even want to be part of, but you got no choice. The Maya pushes you on stage, man. Here you go. Relish the mellows of sadness and happiness of the world, worldly happiness and distress. There you go. It forces you into this play here. See, we invite people to the party. See, it's different. There's an invitation, attraction. Anybody attracted out to this? No, we want to do something else. We don't believe you. We believe the illustrious, these Gurudevs and these big organizations. Okay, go ahead.
So, through the actions of these two Bhagavats, the Lord instills the mellows of transcendental loving service into the heart of a living being.
Yeah, you want transcendental mellows or not, man? That's why you see, got to show it, man. Like, people got to see what they're buying. But nobody showed this in a long time. And so by, the good fortune, Prabhupada and Krishna say, yeah, okay, go ahead. Has my full approval. Do more of that. Doing exactly what I want you to do. Yeah, show these mellows, man. Yeah, so we get some customers, see? Otherwise we got no customers. You gotta. It's like a business. People. They got products, man. You want they put them on the internet. They put testimonials. Do you want that product? What do you think? Love of God is any different? It's the same process. But the thing is, oh well, no, it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like my speculation. I don't have love of God, but I'll speculate the way you get it and what it is and all that. And that's what people got. Speculation. See here, no, no, this is the way it is. We see that verse, we follow naturally. We follow this line of thought. See, the real knowledge, man. No, no, we follow this. We find a real devotee Bhagavat absorbed in the mellows of devotion, preaching the real opinion of Krishna because they're Bhagavad Gita 10:10. And these mellows go inside my heart, man. I'm now a witness. Ding, ding, ding. It's like you ever see the strong man hits the carnival, you hit the thing and the thing goes up and hits the bell. You're the bell now. You're the ding, 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 ding. You won. That's called testifying. The witness program.
You know, Ammon destroyed one of those when he was a young lad. He was a guy on the fairground. He absolutely destroyed it. He broke it. But no,
I didn't hear. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that because your sound is not that great. Try again.
strongman things you're talking about.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Ammon,
yeah.
he absolutely destroyed it when he was a young lad. It just went off the thing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So that's how you do. Yeah, here, this witness program. Yeah. Okay, read on. Is there any? There's some more
And
left.
thus, and thus, and thus the Lord, in the heart of his devotee, he comes, he comes under the control of the devotee's love.
There you go. See, there's no way to control the Lord except the devotee's love. See, this is what the world needs to learn. I mean, these guys, they were trying to control God by controlling people. They think, control others. Let's control others. And that is all it does is put the world in misery, makes you like a psychopath. And that's why the world is being like it is now. Is because people they don't have real knowledge. You need knowledge. How to control God is like this. Follow the process. See, then the mellows of love is instilled in your heart. Now you're controlling God by devotion. And the Lord gives you the secrets of life and everything. Gives you true happiness. Always you call him and he comes and you're happy. I mean, what a great way to get free of misery, even in times of distress like this. It's just it's really the only option now in this Kali Yuga. Things are getting so distressful that there's no way out. You can't get away from them, and that's the whole point. Right now, everything is on a crescendo. Like a climax. So and now, the thing is, it's climactic, climactic. It's climbed to the height. See, so but come here. This is it. Now this is the time to preach. This is time to share these wonderful truths. Yeah, read on. It'll go into explaining something there important too.
The first wonder is that both brothers appear simultaneously, and the other is that they illuminate the innermost depths of the heart.
See, the both brothers appear. This is being a friend of Krishna. That's why the Lord Nityananda works through the parampara. See, he was a brother of Krishna, right? Well, the bona fide spiritual master is also a brother of Krishna. They appear simultaneously. Both brothers. The preaching manifests both Krishna and Guru. That was the secret of Prabhupada. He nobody accepted him until he wrote his books and started preaching. All of a sudden they thought, wow, this person's special. People started to believe in Krishna because both brothers manifested. See, brother Krishna and brother Prabhupada. like they used to. That's the Lord wants that intimate relationship with us. Both brothers, you want to be his real intimate brother. That's why you go to Big Brother first. Get the mercy. The Big Brother is just a person who's got that more intimacy with the Lord. See, the Lord is their brother. Even look at Indra; he has this brotherly relation. Even Upindra is his brother, the Lord. That's self-realization. You need this, man. See, they appear simultaneously. And those who are meant to awaken, they get it because Krishna will inform you. You notice that happening here? People think, oh, it happened. I remember Lalita when she got it. She got it, started preaching it immediately, almost. Others too, but that's how
God
it
of
is.
mercy.
Yeah, and that's proof that you're with a real guru because you become with the real Krishna, and you feel it. It impresses you. You become impressed with that. It's not like, well, I'm impressed with this guru because he got a lot of followers. I'm impressed with this guru because he's the head of an organization. Oh, I'm impressed with this guru because everybody says so. Here, I'm impressed with this guru because I feel Krishna coming through them. They appear simultaneously. In the preaching, I feel God awakening in my heart. See, am I not just telling you what's in the book? Are you not just saying, yes, yes, that's how it is for me? What a feeling, fame. Yeah, and devotee, that's automatically you become famous, but not in the world of fools still, blind people. How can you be was Jesus people all rejected him at a certain point. But later the Lord made their words true. But you become famous automatically by developing this relationship, coming in this way. And we're here to make famous persons, and and you can understand. You see, oh, God forgive them. They don't know what to do, and they're blind. But not that you're looking for fame, but the Lord just makes you famous, and then those who listen to you, they say this person's really important. Oh, I'd like to be with them. I'm impressed when I see you undressed. It's going to last forever. Okay, read on. There's another word, another good
Yeah,
part of this.
yeah. The first one is that both brothers appear simultaneously, and the other is that they illuminate the innermost depths of the heart. These two, the sun and the moon, they are very kind to the people of the world. Thus, for the good fortune of all, they have appeared on the horizon of Bengal.
Yeah, sometimes people come in this association and the illumination gets so bright that they leave because they don't want it. They don't want to see it. They don't want to see, because it's just too much for them. They want to act out that contamination. Um, because it's like that, it's just the Lord. You have to be willing to like really be undressed, like literally, to see all the little things in there, and not be, yeah, and purify them. That's what this does automatically. We're getting purified really quickly. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, read on.
Let's therefore worship the holy feet of these two lords.
That's why you see, Lord Chaitanya said, "Those who claim to be my direct devotees are not my real devotees. Those who are the devotees of my devotees. You need a brother of Krishna, a real one, transcendental brother, Satchidananda manifestation in this world.
Yeah.
See, let us worship the holy feet of these two brothers. That's the real guru. See? So, And the problem is, see, Prabhupada was to be worshipped like that, and he accepted that. He knew this was important for people. Then he disappears. What happened? People weren't clear enough. What are the qualities of a big brother, of a real brother of Krishna? And then they started to taint that, by going to others that are not so qualified like that. See, even though they appear, they put on their sannyasis and get followers and all that stuff, but they're not. They weren't like that, and so that's why devotees need shiksha. You need more instruction on this, more of the details. See, you need the postgraduate teaching, Chaitanya Charitamrita. See? Wherever you go, are they teaching postgraduate Chaitanya Leela? Are they teaching the real teachings of Lord Chaitanya? Otherwise, it's not up to snuff. It's not up to par. This is the next stage in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said this is postgraduate. Once you graduate from the Vaidhi thing, there's nowhere else to go but the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, the confidential ones, the juicy ones, the ones who get you the ultimate result quickly. Okay? So it's all leading here. So if anybody's not teaching that, well, they're not as progressive as here. Anybody ready for this progress? Yeah, anywhere you go, I don't care any of these devotees out there. Are they teaching these principles in Chaitanya Leela? If not, you're not going to get the highest level of prema, because that's what these teachings in this book are about. It's by the action of the book Bhagavad. Don't you know? We are look at the book Bhagavad we're using, Chaitanya Bhagavad, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Leela, his teachings, his prema, his conclusive understanding. Anybody not preaching that? Well, that's not as progressive as here. I don't care how much of a party they're having. Oh, they're very nice. How do you eat this? How do you that? How do you that? Okay, great. Dancing around. See? This is where it's going. See? And you come here, you're going to get this benediction. Go ahead, Lolita.
I love what Freddy says. The quality of the big brother is that he makes you feel the big mother. If you
Yeah,
have the little
exactly.
baby inside, it's fantastic, man.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because see, the big mother is in that Ras. See, it
Yeah.
could be a big brother, Ross. That's the more. Nityananda was a
As
servant
well.
and friend, intimate friend. But Radha, ooh, that's another thing. That's the more conjugal. That's the more female-y. That's what most of us are after here.
Yeah. let's therefore worship the holy feet of those two lords. Thus one can be rid of all difficulties on the path of self-realization.
Bhakti Vinod said that. He said, when you find the real guru, you see bliss everywhere. See? You can be
True.
rid of all obstacles by faith in Guru and Krishna. What did Prabhupada taught this, and Bhagavatam teaches this. By equal faith in the bona fide spiritual master and Krishna, that means the book Bhagavad, those conclusions they teach you. The purports of the Vedas are automatically revealed. See, all your ignorance is gone. See, the deep purport, ecstatic devotion, you realize that is the most important thing in your worship. You need that ingredient, otherwise the worship of Krishna is not complete without this devotional ingredient. Doesn't matter how many paraphernalia you're using, other than that devotion being permeating your offering, it's not complete. It's not very accepted.
I have invoked the benediction of the Lord with these two verses. Text 1 and 2 of this chapter. Now please hear attentively the purport of the third verse. I purposely avoid extensive description for fear of increasing the bulk of this book. I shall describe the essence as concisely as possible. Essential truth spoken concisely is true eloquence. I don't understand it. Simply hearing submissively will free one's heart from all the faults of ignorance, and thus one will achieve deep love for Krishna.
Yeah, it's like Prahlad Maharaj said. He said, I heard from Narada Muni submissively in the womb, and I've got this ecstatic worship he had. He could chant the Lord's name and remember the name in ecstasy. Hey, that's what he got from Narada Muni. And he said, if you listen to my words, you will become like me also. It's always like that. That's the real guru. You're listening to Gaur words, right? You're becoming like him. You're ecstatic worshippers. This is parampara. Otherwise, you haven't found the real parampara or the real fruit of it. It starts with this ecstatic devotion being preached. Like Madhavinda Puri, he became an ecstatic devotee by chanting in ecstasy. The Lord appeared in the dream, said, now I'm going to appear in the world and deliver the world. See? So that's happening here. See, he's appearing in your heart because of the ecstatic devotion of even one devotee. That's how that's how you get this. There's no other practical way to get it. This line wouldn't be here if Madhavinda Puri didn't manifest it. See, then Ishvara Puri got it, then others got it, and then Lord Caitanya got it and shared it, ecstatic devotion all over the India. And then he disappears. And gradually, some devotees were around for promote it, keep it going, and then it wanes until now. Again, this path is being preached. This is the only place that I've seen, Narayan Raj wasn't preaching it. Just, it's not enough just to talk about these kind of things. Where is it manifesting? Where can we see it expressed? Otherwise, nobody has any role model. They don't know what it is. They don't know. Yeah, you don't know what it is. You don't know where you're going because this is where it's all going. You wonder, what is the destination of Krishna consciousness? Oh, Prema Bhakti, transcendental mellows. Are you there yet? I didn't even know that was a destination. That's where most people are at in Vaishnavism, in ISKCON. They don't even know that this is the destination.
No.
Or maybe they think they've arrived already. Oh, I already have love of God. Yeah, because I feel joyful. I feel happy,
Excited.
excited. I dance around like this. Okay? No, prema, symptoms. Yeah,
Revelations.
yeah, read on. Yeah, read on.
So this is the path of peace. If one patiently hears about the glories of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Prabhu, and their devotees, devotional activities, names, and fame, along with the bellows of their transcendental love exchanges, one will learn the essence of the absolute truth. Therefore, I have described these Chaitanya Charitamrita with logic and discrimination, praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunatha. always desiring the mercy. Hare Krishna Das narrates Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita,
Yeah.
following
See,
in their footsteps.
yeah, so that's it. Just hearing the pastimes, hearing the mercy, hearing the qualities of the Lord, hearing the purpose of the Lord, hearing all these relationships, um, everything you're hearing here. This is instilled into the hearts. This is the path. This is the real path. You want peace in the world? This is how you get it. You make peace with God, like the Christians talk about this. Those who don't have the Holy Spirit, they still at war with God. This is the peace. Is This makes peace with the Lord? Now you'll be at peace because the Lord is feeling. Oh, you finally found me. Ah, yeah. You're with my real devotees who are my real representatives in this world. See, this is where you find real peace. I don't need anything else. I don't need any other paths. The whole point of learning here is for you guys to realize that. Yeah, what do we need? I don't need to follow anything to become any more realized than I am. I just keep everything is ever fresh every day. The mantra gives me more satisfaction every day. Well, I'm already satisfied. I get even more, and more wonders happen. What else do you need? Just keep going back to the same place, which is always different and ever fresh. Can you imagine a path like that? I've never found one in my life like that, other than this. You come back to the same name every day, Hare Krishna or Lord Caitanya, and the devotees praying for their mercy, always ever fresh, always emboldening, and always giving happiness and solace and peace and ecstasy and every fantastic thing and more than you can think about. Yeah. So this is it. Take shelter here and see if it's a worthy shelter. Just check it out yourself. Stay under the shelter long enough to see how great it is, you and be delivered easily out of illusion. You'll come and see that you've won the lottery here by being here 10 times over, a million times over, actually. You got more wealth than Bill Gates and Trump and Elon Musk combined. You got what they don't have. And the Lord and the devotees think, oh, money, money. What is that compared to this closeness with the Lord? Huh. Huh. Okay, so we'll end here. Um, oh, give us a word. Give us a word, River.
Hare Krishna. Just it's interesting that you were talking about not feeling inspired to go in class this morning. I felt the same actually. I watched 3 or 4 classes before I went live myself. But yeah, it's great. What can I say? Coming here has given as we are empowered. Instead of learning, we are given by this empowerment from the Lord, and it just lifts us out of everything. And the great thing about it is how He tells us, it's becoming a musical. This is just becoming a musical. Everything is music, everything is song, and I think I might start speaking in musical terms soon. It's really safe space, Maharaj. People need the shelter and protection to be able to hear this path clearly, because whilst they get that shelter and protection and to really rest without external, they can purify, and then they can let go of the illusion, and then they can receive. The Lord can grow. They can receive. It's a process. It's a system. And it's a formation. It's a formation, and if we follow that to the T, it works. We used to in maths in this country, we had CSC maths, and you had to. It didn't matter if you got the answer right, but if you got the formation right of the actual working out, that was the actual more important thing than the answer at the end. And here, we have both really. We follow this formation, we follow this path, and and we have guidance. See, the great things, we have guidance, we have help, we have support. We're not on our own. We do it together. We share it, receiving and sharing. I feel like I'm just in a different place now. Different place. It's easier, to be yourself. And I understand, what you say. The most beautiful roses have the most thorns. This is something that I saw the other day. So yes, even that is not such a botheration anymore, because you'll let go of them. Those things, you would just let go of them. The flower will just bloom in front of all of that illusion. What you've done for us, for me, oh, you are such a wonderful, amazing human, transcendental human being, if that's the right way to say it. And the fact that I have been so lucky. My dad always says I was lucky, and I could never believe him because of this dialysis. He says, you're lucky, you are. And he's absolutely right. I am the luckiest person ever, well, out of in this country. Even not that. I'm just lucky, so lucky with having this, having all of that drama, all of that misery, and all of those troubles, which you accept. Not anymore. I accept the Lord. He's the only thing I will accept. All the other things, they've moved back. They've got their place right over there now. Like you used to say to me, Yamuna, just tell it to shut up. But if it won't shut up, tell it to, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
that. And it works. It really shudders the false ego, and that is a process, because it's all gradual, and it's a
Yeah.
process, and if you start doing what you say, what you suggest to us, and I'm not saying everybody do what you can, it
Yeah.
works. Do
Yeah.
what resonates, do what you think, it's really great. Wow, Maharaj, I'm on a different place.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Everything
seem so much different now. Big change has happened already.
is huge. I see it in the whole of the Sangha, actually, Maharaj,
Yeah.
including yourself,
I feel a
all of
little
it.
sad.
Say that again.
I feel a little sad though. That I won't be able to use the thorn analogy so much anymore.
You want me to keep it? I'll pretend. I'll pretend I'll be an actress. A great. They stay or they go. They stay or they go. It's not who I am.
Whatever
It's
it
just,
manifests, it'll be
yeah,
beautiful.
whatever manifests. Come through that, because things happen, and to be able to be myself, Maharaj, my real self,
Wow, that's
my
fantastic.
real self. Thank you so much, and to be here together with everyone is perfect. It's
Yeah,
my dream. It's my dream come true. With
yeah,
having the head of the family and the family, but the
yeah,
real spiritual family. Wow, it's been
yeah,
great.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I've been a bit disturbed today. I've been moving about. I'm sorry about
That's
that.
okay. That's good. Yeah, yeah, good.
Thank
Govinda,
you.
give us a word. No, you know what? I'm gonna get Lolita because she sneaks off sometimes. Give us a word there,
No, Gurmurch, it only happened when the postman was on the door. The postman was on the door.
I know. Just joking with you.
Or when I need to go to the toilet. I was reading this is the part of peace. I love that so much. I love this this peace that Jesus brought as well. This peace that we did not expect, that we look completely differently to. We always think about material peace, and you can only be in peace. It's always coming back to me. You can only give peace to the world, material peace, when you're really in peace with the Lord, when you're really peaceful with yourself, when there is no room for hatred and jealousy and proud, etc., and for fights, etc. You've got to find your place back to the Lord, and then you're completely happy, satisfied. There is no room for anything else. I love that kind of peace. And it's like, yeah, I'm coming back to Balaram, who is in that work group for world peace. And they all come with their religious input, and everybody talks about their own religion, and they hope that this is the start to make peace in the world. I say, no, man, you need the ecstasy. You really need ecstatic love. That's the only thing that's needed. Um,
Yeah, it's not like it's like you're trying still. It's like, oh, you want peace. You don't really have it yet, but you want to make world peace externally and everything. No,
artificial.
it's peace here, and
Yeah,
and and then the Lord is the controller of everything. What will be will be. You
yeah.
know, and but have you found made peace with God inside yourself? And this is what our sadhu sangha is about, is is to make peace with God, so that, oh, you're just a manifestation of that.
It's a very deep experience, actually. Very, very, very happy feeling, very deep feeling. Deep, when you are deeply in communion with the Lord, there is fantastic. Yeah, the lion will sleep next to the sheep, man. This I
Freedom, man.
can imagine.
Yeah, 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 it's
Yeah.
great.
Thank
What
you so
else?
much.
Yeah, yes.
It's Govinda's turn now.
Lalita said the essence.
Yeah, yeah.
You said it, yeah. Just I'm inspired. I'm inspired. That dream inspired me. It's really beautiful. I
Mm.
feel more come through some stormy seas, but I didn't realise it was stormy until I don't know, just it gets better and better and sweeter. Like I like what you just said. Really, we see that thorniness of river that we've come to love actually, because that's I understand. You know, you said you're feeling sad. Is that really gone? Because, like River said, the devotees are blossoming. You know, it's nice. John came. I don't know where he is. I think he's gone to the toilet. But
Huh.
he just kind of
Did,
turned
did
up.
he
And I'm not sure where he is.
did he like the class?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah, maybe I'll see if he's in his car. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure he did. He said it's what he needed, but maybe he needs to process something. Um, yeah, it's great. I just really got into chanting today for about quite a long time, really. Just really relishing it. Um, really not noticing what was going on around anywhere. Maybe he's gone for a walk. I was looking from here. Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's good.
yeah.
What do
That's
you-
me. That's me done.
Yeah, we got some questions here. Let's. Andromeda says she was. Please help me understand this term luck. Mercy is not luck. Surrender is not luck. Blessing is not luck. Well, yeah, I mean, lucky. Lucky means, you ever heard the term happy go lucky? Lucky means you're lucky. Your life is lucky. You just draw luck to you. This is what having a relationship with Krishna is you're lucky now. You're lucky. You're just naturally lucky because the Lord is lucky. Where the word comes from there, luck. You might think, oh, that was just good luck by some. Anyway, luck is luck. You just become lucky. Coming here, you become lucky. Lucky and mercy is the same thing. You could think. Yeah, one way to look at it. Lucky and mercy. Uh,
And also, it's interesting. Also,
Surrender is, yeah. And
you
you're
get
lucky to surrender. I'm sorry, go ahead. What?
a great fortune, which is a spiritual wealth,
Uh,
and also you get material wealth on this path. And not that we look for it, but these boons come. Like you've heard me share this nice place to live, and we get all fortune. So we're fortunate. We're lucky. So it's all tied in.
yeah, it's
It's,
tied in.
it's
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Surrender. Yeah, and surrender is good luck. Not everybody can be surrendered. That it's good luck. You're lucky to have that realization. It's special mercy, actually. See, luck is. I mean, this kind of luck. This is not necessarily material luck. This is you feel spirit. You're lucky. You feel lucky because your spirit is awakened. And your relationship with God is awakened. That's a very lucky space. Very mercy-filled space. Very full of grace. So luck, just yeah. I don't like this word. Okay, well, anyway, maybe why using certain words important. Anyway, so you are such a lucky girl. There you go. That's it in a nutshell. Okay, what else we got here? There we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
luck.
you
Good.
can use a lot of those words like happiness, luck, peace, love in a material way and in a transcendental way.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
all
Maybe somebody's using it in the wrong way. Like the definition there. Good fortune, luck. Yeah, that's good. That's a better. Yeah, look at it like that. Okay, just the word luck feels. Yeah. Well, let's put it this way: there's transcendental luck. This is like transcendental luck is the good fortune of a relationship with God. When you see everything connected with the transcendental Lord and His qualities, then it's perfect. It's beautiful. But see, the luck of the world is not always lucky. You could be lucky you win the lottery, but is it real lucky? Maybe not. A lot of times, people they overdo things that they got, what they did may not have really deserved and stuff. Look at people being paid off lots of money. You think, wow, I'm really lucky to make a lot of money and everything, but their qualities, they've done bad things. They've served demons and stuff like this. So that's not luck. You might think so, but not really. Okay, let's end. Hare Krishna. Time to move around a little bit. Haribo, Haribo. May you be blessed with ecstatic devotion in this life if you come and turn your TV on. Turn on, tune in, turn on. Drop out of the material world, material consciousness.